This thing is very good. So to say, worst fidget I bought is probably just one that you got that was broken. I've had a few that have within like 2 slides it exploded. I can't remember what they were, but there was a few that would just like slide, explode. Mainly mechanical ones. Where I just bought a cheap one. I'm like, let me try this, and I'll slide it once, and the balls and springs just explode, and then that's the end of that. Actually, I think the worst one, because it pissed me off the most, was the AC/EDC Master Sword. If you look that up, it's like a super expensive sword one, and I used it like once, and it exploded, and stopped, and then it got stuck, and it couldn't work. So I had to return it, and I was like, this is the dumb. It was like a super expensive one too, so that pissed me off. But apparently that's not too common. But it literally just like popped and jammed, and it literally, yeah, F that thing. I haven't bought AC/EDC since, but these things scratch up pretty well. Hello. Oh, we have to make room. Ain't gonna. She always does this. Goes between me and the fidgets. Every time. Cat. This cat likes fidgets. Using. Hello. Oh my gosh. It's now cat video. She chunky one. She chunky. Okay, now you're in the way. You're using this as a pillow, huh? What are you doing, sir? She's licking. Cats. Oh, she's going back. This one's so smooth. Non-metal. Oh my god. I don't think PI counts, but this one's pretty good. But I would say this one, it's wood. It like hits different notes. Beep boop, beep boop. I don't know how well that gets picked up on camera, but they kind of look the same. Yes, no. Yeah, this one's LLEDC or something. Oh, sorry. Watch out. Oh, okay. Now she's just fully in the way. Is this necessary? Oh my god. Other than that, I don't have them on me. There's a few 3D printed ones that are good. Honestly, I don't know, because it's just a spring with 3 glass balls. So there's like, it's kind of dirty in there. But yeah, it's just like From what I understand, that's all that this one is spring balls. Like, it's super simple. I really don't know. I think it might be the tension in the springs is different because there's 3 and I think they have different tracks. So they might hit at different times. So like one clicks and then the other side clicks, I think. Do you like the sound? Probably pisses her off, to be honest. Please don't cause it to close on your head. Oh my lord. Well, covering all my stuff in cat hair. Let me move this so it's gonna not fall on your head. Oh my god. Yeah, but I usually take, to be honest, I just take like the cheap ones. I usually just leave all these ones here. I work from home a lot, so I tend to just play it. Use most of them at home. Like I leave these 2 cases and then I have a few in my backpack. Like a spinner and quiet ones, so I don't piss people off. So yeah, I mainly bring quiet ones or cheap. Or both, usually. Both quiet and cheap. I also use, I guess what you'd call fidget pens. There's pens that have like little spinners on them. It's like a little, it's like this basically at the end of the pen. So you can spin it without being loud. And then obviously the pen has a clicker, but the one I have is set kind of silent. Sometimes she'll play with this one. No. I use this to scratch. Or bite it. Okay. What the? She just hooked her tooth into this thing. A weirdo. He will be immortalized apparently on this YouTube channel. What the hell? That's too funny. Yeah. Yeah, you don't end up like this. Don't get me wrong, it's fun, but yeah. Self-control is also good. Obviously, I'm not like in danger or anything, but yeah. You don't need this many. That's for sure. I think it's just better. I think a lot of people start off, they buy cheap ones. Most people, and then you end up realizing that the premium ones are so much better. That's probably just better to just get a few good ones. Like one, I recommend if you're going to get 10 only, let's just say you cap it, just get one good one of each type. Like one really good mechanical slider, one good spinner, one good like mechanical push slider, one rotating one, maybe a few of these, like the best ones from a few of the brands. But that's about it. I get like 3, 4, 5 things, and then just, yeah, just stick with it. You don't need that many. Plus, if you want to do other hobbies and stuff. Yeah, those are good. Honestly, those are overpriced in like AliExpress and stuff like that, but they have cheaper materials. I think they released like carbon steel ones. I don't really know what that material really means. I just know it's really light. I think it's almost like 3D printed with metal in it or something weird like that. I don't know. I still think it's machine, not 3D printed, but I got mine through someone who bought them from like China. But basically AliExpress kind of type thing, but direct. But yeah, I would just say go for the carbon steel, and only because that's the cheapest material. Unless there's like a steel. But I don't know if the carbon's that good because it's like stupid light. Like almost too light. I guess it ain't using any spinners anymore. Sir? You gonna say anything? Usually she's talkative. Hello? Honestly, a really, really good, not this, and it has to be this one in the most, not this one specifically, I would say, but like a really good free floating slider like this is probably the best. Because once you get to feel really good, you can obviously just do whatever moves. Like these are the only moves I really do or know, but it obviously allows you to do a million things because you can do whatever you want. But other than that, on paper, this one's does a lot because it's up and down and the rotation. So obviously, like, this is just up and down. Obviously, this one's cheaper in wood, but you get the rotation, and then if you have a little thingy, you get a spinner too. So just based on that, it's a bunch of, it's a multi-fidget almost, I guess, but but same thing as a free floating slider. I think a really good spinner is where it's at. One top tier spinner and top tier sliders. Important. It's like LLEDC, like the letter L, or but it stands for something. So I don't think it's technically the full name. I think it's on G1, the brand. It was definitely on G1 for a bit. They sell like a black version. You'll either see it sold out or it will be in stock. I think it's like it's something long, like Year of the Dragon or some shit. I don't know if it's changed for 2025, but they did like a Year of the Dragon. But it should be on there if you just go to like, maybe if you just type in long. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know how to say that, but Liao, whatever. But yeah. Yeah, I think with the discount code that you can use on G1, like all the 10% ones from the other YouTubers, it gets it to like under 100 or whatever. But yeah, anyone I've recommended this to and who's actually bought it always says like, oh shit, this thing's crazy. Yeah, I've like, out of all the fidgets I have, like the crazy ones, I've kept this. It's just super light and super smooth. And has such a good like, because like when you go faster, you don't really, but I also find it fun with this one to like slow down and get a bit of the clicks and then go fast again. Yeah, but this thing kicks ass. Like I would even get another one because I think they've had a few. There's the black one, but I know at some point they released the other one that had a slightly different track. I think G1 has one of this in like a green plastic, but I don't know if that's as good. Just because plastic might be like way louder. But all I would say is that from this, I would trust the brand, I guess. I'd say that. Because this is really good, that I would trust other stuff they've done, but I can't say for sure. Because I think I almost bought it once because I was like, well, this one's this good. Maybe the other one. But I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same, so then I ended up not getting it because it seems to be the exact same thing, but wood. I mean plastic. This is another one that if you can get, I recommend. If you have to only get a few, just because it's unique, is it even number EDC? Because it has this like jump mechanism that nothing else has really. It's hard to explain, but yeah, this one's really good. And it almost sounds like a... It kind of sounds like a frog. But yeah, that like pop is fun. But if you apply pressure in the middle, you can just do normal. I don't know how they do it. Nothing else has really copied this. But yeah. I'm assuming you mean repetitive strain injury, I'm guessing. I thought of like the freaking MSI gaming mouse. Yes, because like I'm in kinesiology for my studies, so I know about that shit. But yeah, it is what it is. Like I haven't had anything. There's a few times where my thumb gets sore or my index finger. Like I mainly, like 99% of the time, I use my left hand, even though my right hand, I'm right hand dominant. Yeah. Sir. Okay. Your booty is in the friggin'... Okay, yeah, I don't know. That's why I would say one thing I do that I also think, regardless of the RSI, I think it makes it feel better, is weaken the sliders. So a lot of the sliders come stronger, so it takes more physical effort with your thumb to push. So I tend to make it weaker. So then I try to make all of them super as smooth as possible. So it doesn't take extra thumb effort. But yeah, it's hard to say that in like 5-10 years. I don't know if I'll be fidgeting that long, but you know what I mean. And if it's gonna be a bad time, then I could just switch to my other hand. But we'll see. The worst case, oh shit, and it's gone. The worst case is that you probably get thumb injury and then you stop using sliders and then you have to use spinners only. Because spinners you can just, like, you're not really doing anything with your thumb. And you don't have to do that shit with your thumb. So you just end up, whoops. Oh, that pissed you off? What are you doing? You just have the, yeah, so you can just use your index and spinner's easier to use on both hands since it takes less dexterity. So, but you would get sad without sliders. At least I would. Yeah, I think sliders are like, it's hard to say because it's preference, but I would say overall superior. But spinners are really fun. The problem with spinners is once you start, it's like if you think there's a lot of sliders to buy, there's quadruple the amount of spinners. So it gets dangerous. That's the only thing with spinners. Once you start, it can be very dangerous. But it's good to grab. I would say it's good to have at least a few that are quite good. They're also good for yeah, like in concept it's simple, but yeah. Like there's, oh my god. I'm now in a very uncomfortable position because of this cat. Oh my god. Sorry, let me fix this. So there's mechanical spinners that do, they have these things. So once you spin it fast enough, they pop out. You get that opening. So those are a good middle ground. These are like mechanical spinners. Because you get the feedback and it lets you just open, close. But it also just works as a normal spinner. Because I don't have to hit it. If I don't spin it fast enough, it stays closed. But if I really like mechanical spinners. They're definitely not as popular in the market compared. Like you don't see them very often. And they're primarily made by Chinese brands. Like none of the fancy American spinner guys make these. I don't know why they're underrated, because I think they're really good. Obviously, this is a super fancy one, but that's an option. But I still recommend a normal spinner. Those are still great. Like, here's a super fancy one. So here, like, the outsides rotate out. Those are like the knives, right? Like little flippy knives are like. I've tried like what's it called? There's like a really mini one that's like from a Wanwu. I think you might have seen it on G1. It's like a pry bar Balisong mini thing. I tried that fidget, but I don't think that really counts. But overall, no, I haven't tried it. But it's also Canada where like knives are not a thing as much as like US or something like that. Or in London, apparently. I think the one I think is called the Wanwu something. That was a brand. It's like a mini balisong thing. It's fun to fidget with though, but it wasn't. You wouldn't fidget with it in the same way as a real one. It was more of a magnetic thing. Yeah, this one's awesome. The only thing with mechanical spinners is they get pretty loud. You got the popping and stuff like that. It's not the silent spinner. Like if you take this. Like, yeah, you can hear the bearing spin, but it's obviously not that loud. Like the one from Wanwu is like, in theory, you could probably do it in public because it looks like a toy. But yeah, it still wouldn't be ideal. But yeah, I know there's a bunch of people into the knives in this community, so. I know there was you can maybe see it on G1. It was on there at some point, but there was like a comb. They had two options, a comb and a fork balisong. That's how you say it. But those were expensive. And so obviously it being a fork or a comb made it less like sketch. But you could still fidget with it. It'd be good for this cat. Comb or fur. But yeah. Still, if you had that, people would just assume it was a knife, probably, and get in trouble. But even I always thought about the comb or fork one, just to be like, oh, you know, curious what people. Obviously, a lot of people like them as fidgets, but they were too expensive for me to try it. Because I think they're like full size. Yeah, that's true. That's almost like too much effort. But at least with a fork, you don't get sliced. But yeah, because I've seen some people do tricks, and it's like, yeah, that's like you might as well like pick up a different skill, Rubik's cube or something, for the amount of effort it's gonna take to learn like some crazy flips and shit. But, later. Yeah, I'm probably about to end it anyways. It's time to go to bed. But yeah, later. Yeah, I recommend. Spinner wise, that's a hard recommendation because there's like infinity amount of spinners. Oh, from a mechanical standpoint, I could say this one. I think this is on G1 as a pre-order. It's Esquan or something. I only say that because I think it's on the cheaper end for mechanical spinners, but it's very good. And if you flip it, it doesn't open. So if you don't want the mechanical thing, you can just flip it and it won't open no matter how hard you spin it. But then if you're on this side, but yeah, this is just one of the cheaper options overall that I would say, yeah. If you're gonna get a mechanical, maybe start here. But yeah, the wooden slider I can strongly recommend without hesitation. But spinners are pretty subjective. Some people love certain spinners and another person will hate the same one. So I don't know. But yeah, this is a good feeler, but still like not cheap as you've seen the prices on the websites, but cheap compared. But yeah, I'll probably head off as well. But later. It wasn't. It wasn't upside down. Oh, it's because it's freaking idiot. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. Oops. I see superconductor, so that's pretty cool. Keeps focusing on my cat. I guess I'll end it on this one, the cool superconductor. Fancy, fancy. It's not really fancy. This one's a cheaper one. I think it might be a knockoff. I don't know. Yo, cat. Oh, I'm trying to get the epic final shot. Balance it on her head. She's not feeling it. She's not feeling it. Anyways. I swear she's cool with it. See? Yeah. She uses my fidgets as a pillow all the time. Crazy. Alright, later, everybody. If you have questions, let me know. I'll probably put this on the channel anyways. It went way longer than I thought.